Follow the Leader Syndrome, live tonight on Architects of Humanity. I'm Maxed Out, your host, and we'll be talking about Follow the Leader Syndrome. Now, there are many types of intelligence. People talk about IQ, but when they say IQ, ask them, what does that mean? Most people don't know that it means intelligent quotient. So, quotient is the key here. Even if they do know that, ask them to define quotient, the amount of intelligence, basically. Intelligence quotient. So, IQ. But that's not the only form of intelligence. There are many other forms. You have logical, mathematical, excel in reasoning, numbers, and recognizing abstract patterns. It's a very important type of intelligence. Verbal, linguistic, strong command of language, reading, and writing. That is a type of intelligence all of its own. Visual, spatial intelligence. So the ability to visualize in 3D and orient objects in space. As your ability to learn increases, if you have a natural type of skill with that type of intelligence, it will grow easier. You'll have a good idea of being able to predict visual, spatial sizes, 3D, and orient objects in space. That's totally different from a logical, mathematical type of intelligence or a verbal linguistic. So those right there are three very serious, deeply different types of intelligence. Now, as we go further, we have the body, the bodily intelligence, high physical control. We see this with acrobats. That is a type of physical intelligence. The athletic, you see some athletes, it's just unbelievable. And different types, calisthenics, powerlifting, sprinting, running, agility, dexterity. This is a kinesthetic type of intelligence that is not really looked at as intelligence. That's the problem. A physical intelligence, people think they can base it only on a non-physical, on a mental. Mr. Super Sidewinder, good to see you, man. Yeah, follow the leader syndrome comes from not embracing your natural type of intelligence or enhancing something else that you can learn. Somebody might not be great at logical, mathematical intelligence, but they might have a bodily, kinesthetic type of intelligence, and vice versa. But one can learn the other, and the other can learn something different. Visual, spatial intelligence, interpersonal. People have high empathy. That's a type of intelligence too. That's actually very important, like a psychological level. The skill in relating to and understanding others. Musical intelligence. That is, you can see the differences in the brain of some musicians. Sensitivity to rhythm, pitch, and tone, and melody. That is a type of intelligence. Intrapersonal, interpersonal. So the deep self-awareness. And the interpersonal is the high empathy. So the intra, self-motivation, introspection, naturalist type of intelligence, an ability to recognize certain plants, animals, weather, soil. You can read the area. And that is extremely important. Somebody that knows how to plant, when to harvest, that's an intelligence that goes beyond your so-called IQ that people think is worth more, like a paper book type of test, sheet of paper intelligence. No. If you can't plant food, I mean, how intelligent really are you? Existential, the capacity for deep philosophical thinking about life and existence. That in itself is a very high level of intelligence. And these are just a few things that I mentioned to get past the follow the leader syndrome. If you look at the amount of people that are following people on social media, and these people that they're following have nothing to do with increasing their intelligence. Now, it wouldn't be as bad if it didn't increase the intelligence, but that was it. But if remember, we're not on a level playing field. If you're not increasing, you're decreasing. It's like exercise. You'll get a momentum of like when you're going up like a slight incline to where you won't immediately start falling back. You might even stay there for a little bit. Like some people can ride on calisthenics. Muscle lasts longer, much longer actually, than lifting weights. But eventually you'll start rolling backwards down the hill. That's the hill of time. Time goes beyond everything. Mr. Rex, good to see you, man.
Good to see you. That's an interesting topic, follow the leader syndrome. So you're talking about people who just will follow somebody blindly based on if they meet their certain, I don't know, what they idolize or what they worship, I guess you could say.
Yeah, they don't want to embrace their intelligence, and then they can get Jim Jones. They can get crazy numbered. They can easily fall into something. If somebody were to just think critically, that would prevent a lot of problems that follow the leader syndrome creates. And that thinking is very hard. That's why most people judge. Carl Jung was extremely right about that. But to also fall into the follow the leader of believing that intelligence quotient, the IQ, is only like an academic type of a paper, a pen and paper test type of intelligence. If you don't do good on this test, you're stupid.
Exactly.
You're not as smart. And that is totally wrong.
Yes. It is, and it seems like deliberate to make kids always feel stupid, and it travels with them for the rest of their lives. I noticed that.
It does. And when you look at it, the way that you can dispel it easily, say, hey, no matter how smart a guy is on pen and paper, math, whatever, if he can't plant food and harvest it, how smart is he?
Exactly.
That's extremely important. How to plant food, when to plant it, when to harvest. Extremely important.
And people, I think, are smart in different ways too. I think they never take that into account. It's like if you're not good at, I don't know, say mathematics or certain history subjects, or they just automatically label you as stupid, but you could be very intelligent, but just in another field. And they don't even look at that.
Yeah. No, school itself is like, that it's based on shame. We see that teaches you two things: how to sit and obey. And deep down inside, when you look at a classroom teaches visually, it teaches dictatorship. You see a teacher at the head of the classroom and everybody else has to follow what that teacher says.
It's true.
I mean, you would think how much more conditioning would you do for a kid to follow a dictator in real life? You teach them in a school with a teacher. Don't let him argue anything. He just has to obey. Sit and obey.
Yep. Listen to the bell once it hits 3 o'clock or whatever.
Yep.
I mean,
straight Pavlov.
That's right.
Follow the leader syndrome is alive. Mark, good day, man. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, man. Follow the leader syndrome. If people would just look at, and I just mentioned a few types of intelligence. There are many, many types. They go from 4 to 7 to 12. We talked about verbal linguistic, skill with words, language, writing, storytelling, logical mathematical, ability in deducing things with numbers, recognizing patterns, and scientific thinking. visual spatial intelligence, which is extremely important for pilots too. They have to have good depth perception, otherwise they can crash into the ground. And that kind of euphoric feeling when you're flying. I mean, you can try it in a video game and see, because video games, I think, were originally created as like flight simulators. I have to look into that, but they definitely had a lot to do with flight simulation. Bodily intelligence. We see people have amazing bodily intelligence as far as physical coordination, acrobats, using body to solve problems, create things, with the hand, artists type of intelligence, mind to hand, music, rhythmic. Uh, that's a whole other different area. Interpersonal and intrapersonal, naturalistic, like we said, being able to categorize and connect with elements in the natural world. Existential. When you think about things like that, it the existential one is really deep, because you ask questions about human existence, such as the meaning of life and death. That's a deep type of intelligence. Some people never ever contemplate that. They don't care, and I can't say they're wrong or right.
Mm-hmm.
Pedagogical, a teacher, like a teaching type. That's a type of intelligence where to expand and figure out ways, or just say things in a certain way where a person can learn it easier. I know some teachers, some people I've learned from, and it was so easy. It was so thorough, but it wasn't hard. And other people, they don't get the point through. And spiritual, that's another type of intelligence.
Yeah.
Thinking regarding, moral, spiritual meaning and connectedness. Again, kind of similar to existential, but still, it's those little different degrees. Mark says it's been showing many times sitting for that many hour inside isn't healthy for young boys. Yeah, man. Sitting inside is, school is brutal. Yeah, it really is, man. NPC, what's up, bro? Good to see you. He says, salute. Humans are inherently wired to default to submissive roles within hierarchies for protection, social order, and the path of least resistance. I'm not too sure about that. It sounds a little evolutionary, but I hear what you're saying to an extent. Mr. Sidewinder says, hey, Mr. X. Yeah, man.
X. Oh, good to see you, Mr. Sidewinder.
Yeah, NPC. I mean, what do you think about this one? You think is it sounding a little evolutionary?
Humans are inherently wired to default to submissive roles within hierarchies for protection, social order, and path of least resistance. It sounds a little evolutionary. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it really does, to be honest with you.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I don't think he's totally evolutionary. Blaxican's a cool dude who's been around for a while. I think it's more that can be part of it, because you got a very good point.
That we're hardwired.
Yeah, I'm not. See, I'd have to say that, and that's a great comment, NPC. It's like, because some people, you look at them, you say, man, what is it? What is it? The wiring is deep. And then others, see, the one thing that doesn't really explain is people like us. Like, even though we can fall into it, we can break it. And I think if that, that's seemingly to be true, that the people who are really under it, maybe there is a point where, okay, some aren't going to break it and some are. Maybe there's a way, to, like a teacher who can show you, but somebody else might be a teacher that just doesn't realize the way that you need to learn, because not everybody learns in the same way. So maybe something like that. I mean, I'm just speculating on that, but that's definitely a good, some people are, You know, they have a default. They have that submissive. I don't know what it is. I mean, they do say submissive, and you know, I think with uh, with the whole statistic thing, we do have to look at that closely because we know that they mess with statistics. The thing with women are they when people say that they put them in these positions, but women are extremely smart psychologically. They'll have you thinking you're running the show when they're running the whole show. So there is it goes a little deeper, I think, but that's a good point. Because I think with all the women in schools, you need men to teach young boys. They gotta have the presence because it just destroys it if it's only these female teachers.
It does.
And yeah, NPC humans who are more susceptible. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, there's definitely a grading. Yeah, some people, I don't know if it's like who can think critically more, but yeah, there's definitely the NPCs. Yeah, man. Yeah, that combined with a lack of physical movement, yeah, which helps them do. Yes, exactly, exactly. I mean, physical movement even helps thinking because sometimes when you do something physical and you relax, you kind of appreciate the relaxing more because of the physical or the laborious activities. You look at the rest. The rest is well earned. Like that saying that I had said on the last couple streams ago. There's nothing sweeter than the slumber of a working man.
Mm.
When you work and you do some physical stuff and you sleep, man, that is sweet slumber, man. Like Kafka said, sleep is the most gentle and beautiful creature there is. It's just it's lovely. It's very lovely. The teacher I learned from the most. Yeah, man. I noticed, man, growing up, it's like I had some brutal female teachers throughout elementary school. The kindergarten teacher was cool. The other grades, yeah, they weren't too cool. But
No, there's so much emotion involved, and they're
yeah,
worked up. I mean, if they're having problems in their personal life, it's like they almost take it out on the kids. Like they can't distinguish the two.
yeah. And it's sad because the kids would learn more if they were just babysat and allowed to do what they want to do. Draw
Hmm.
on a piece of paper, write, whatever. That to me seems much less traumatizing. That's what kindergarten, from what I remember, was
Hmm.
kind of like that. And once we got to first grade, it was straight tyranny. It
I
was
think the
straight.
only way out of that is with a strong family unit. I think that's an equation that can
Yeah.
overcome a lot. If you have a strong mother, father, and
Hmm.
that's a main reason why Asian people are so successful here in the U.S. They have extremely strong family units, not genetically smarter than anybody else. It's their family unit. Everybody supports everybody, and that leads to success. You can see plenty of examples from that. And then you
Hmm.
can look at the opposite side of people come from broken homes and life becomes a disaster. You
Yeah.
know?
I think Drew Ma, he was saying he homeschools. I give him a lot of credit for that, man.
No, that's good. That's good. He's
Yeah.
involved in his kid's life. That's the most important part of everything.
Yeah. He
That is
really.
huge because we're not chemicals evolved to a higher order. We're spiritual beings. So when your parent is with you, because see, there's a special bond there that's put by the creator. Now, these are my beliefs, can't prove it, but in my belief system, that even no matter how bad a parent is to their child, there's always seems to be some type of bond there. Well, my understanding is, from what I've been revealed, is that's brought about by
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
creator, puts
Yeah.
it there. Because a lot of people hate their parents, but there's still always something there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. There's some genetic bond, but I think there might be, like you said, something that goes beyond that.
Yeah, it's a spiritual implanted by the creator. That way, that means that to like be a bad parent to your child, meaning abusive or even worse, that is the worst thing you could possibly do. That's one of the worst things you could do. That's a slap in the face of the creator right there. You might as well just spit right on his face because that's a serious thing, you know?
Hmm.
Because there's a trust that's put there between you and the child.
Yeah.
And to
Yeah.
violate that is serious. That's a real serious thing.
Yeah, the child, it's like when you look at what they go through,
Hmm.
it's it's crazy, man. When I think about it, it's like, yeah, Mark's got a good point here, man. Yeah, yeah, there's definitely some brutal stuff. The first time the majority of the teachers were men, what could the men teachers do that the women couldn't? I think no, it wasn't in the military. In elementary school, it was all female, even sixth grade. So kindergarten to sixth grade. Um, Seventh grade, junior high school, that's when we started switching classes. But it was the whole classroom would go to the next class. So we had homeroom, that was a male teacher. Math was a male teacher. I think two or three others were male. There was a majority male. If there was a female, it was like maybe one or two out of eight different classes. And then eighth grade, I remember a female teacher for study hall, but she was actually pretty cool because she was a writer. Social studies was a male, homeroom was a male. I don't remember all of them from eighth, but they were majority male. High school, ninth grade, that's when I stopped. Like, I didn't go as much, but I do remember a majority male, about a 50-50 or 60-40 um, male. And, and then I didn't really go that much, after like ninth grade, it was like that was the point where I was just like, you know what, I'd rather just work. And I did go and got 2 credits, but I went to summer school, and by the time I got to 10th, I was like, yeah, I think 10th I was 15, and I was driving. I was like, yeah, there's no sense. I mean, school was torture. I would go just to meet people and hang out. I would stay in the lunchroom like 4 periods. Matter of fact, You Gotta Laugh podcast went to high school with me. He remembers.
Hmm.
To hang out in the lunchroom for like 4 periods and just hang out. And by the time after like the late lunch, then I'd go leave, go to work, and then sometimes I think I started working early too. So that's when I just wasn't going. Like 7:30, I had to be at work, and you'd get off in the afternoon, and it was very surreal when I think about it. It was sublime, man. It was just, you feel like I can go back and feel how things felt back then, like looking at the sky. And I look at it now and I just see so much has changed, and how fear tries to keep inside of you, you know. But yeah, I think males and females, like what NPC was saying with the men in the army, there were women in the army too. But I think that males, and it's not that what a woman can't teach you, it's the different things she can teach you, or the things that you can learn from her. Because remember, you can learn something from somebody that's that they would never teach you. If you could observe and understand human behavior, that's another type of intelligence. So you can learn much more from somebody. Like, say they're teaching you something that isn't really valuable, you can learn something psychological from them on how they act. And female teachers are really at the top of the list with that. But sometimes, like when Conscious Rising had came on, she was talking, and she was trying to get me on the train, the Trump thing. And I told her very maturely, like, I don't think you're doing this knowingly.
Hmm.
And that's follow the leader syndrome. I'm like, you really think that Trump is, and somebody else would blame her and say, oh no, she's trying to brainwash. I'm like, nah, she actually believes she's doing something right.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's a nice person. She's a cool person.
Well, she's great. I mean,
Yeah,
we don't have to agree on everything as long as you can come out here and give your argument, without attacks or insults or, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. She's cool people, man.
Yeah. Great.
Somebody called a Conscious Spurg. I think it was Seven Psychopaths. He's hilarious, man.
But she's okay. She's just
Conscious
passionate about her
Spurg.
beliefs. Nothing
Oh,
wrong with
she's Spurg City. Yeah, she is Spurg City. But we got a lot of love for her, man. She's cool. Sally, when she came on, Sally's a tough one, man. Sally was mad. I think she was mad because I called her crackhead Sally.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but Sally's cool, man.
Well,
Sally's cool.
I
Dude.
cannot agree with conscious on certain things, but at the same time, I don't have a problem with it. My problem is just in the past, we'd have people just blabber just to talk and not say anything. That I can't take. You know what I mean? Because then
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
ruining the dream. You know what I mean? You can
Mhm.
have an opinion on something and be completely wrong in my belief or your belief, but if you can explain it, just like I explained about the spirit and the soul and there's a creator that made it. I don't expect you to agree with me on that
Mhm.
necessarily, but I'm not here to bore people either. It's just my opinion, but I won't go on and on and on and ramble about things that make no sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah. Keep it short and precise. Because I was a listener. I've been a listener too, and in the past, I had to turn it off because it's like certain guys from the past that are no longer here. They just wouldn't stop blabbing, and it was like
yeah,
enough.
yeah. You're right.
Plus, I got to respect the fact that you're the one who puts up the stream and puts the work into it. And you're the main body and the main person that's going to keep the stream rolling and keep it entertaining. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that. So I don't like to blabber on, even though it might seem like I'm blabbering on right now, but I don't like to
No,
blabber.
no, I'm glad when you talk, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
it, man. You definitely, I mean, you're co-hosting, so it's always good to hear what you have to say, and it's always good to have input. But you're right. Some people like there are some times where it's like, man, it's hard to listen to.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you have an opinion, great, but just make the point. Don't beat around
Yeah,
the bush. You know what I mean? Just don't go
yeah,
on and on with words. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, yeah. It can really, it can be a tough one.
you
Yeah, when
can't.
they keep just going on and on and on, and
And you have to have respect for the host too, because he's the one who put the stream up. He put everything together, made the great thumbnail, put the artwork in. It's like, come on, guys, that shows me no respect right there when I see this. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I'm
it
just pointing it
definitely,
out, and I think I'm right. I think I'm right, and I think you'd agree.
yeah, yeah.
In the past, the people that come on. I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah. They definitely, even recently, crazy numbers in them. They just
yeah.
went crazy, and I mean,
I mean, at least we got some cool people out of him. At least
oh
something.
yeah, yeah.
Met Topsy. We met a few other people.
Mhm.
Nutso. And I forget the name of the other guy who was on. It was real good.
The Badgering podcast.
Yes, the Badgering
Yeah,
podcast.
really cool,
So
dude. Yeah,
in the end, it was great. You know what I mean? I think it worked
yeah,
out.
yeah. I think Crazy Numbers is mad that we met those people.
I think so.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
just crazy numbers, man.
Mm-hmm.
Holy smoke! I can't believe he changed the wife beater, man. Holy smoke! That,
And all together, I didn't watch his thing today. I didn't really watch it. I just kind of skimmed through it
mhm.
because I can't watch numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard. I give him credit for streaming every day. He gets a lot of credit for that, but the
Mhm.
numbers are just, it's the psychological, that's follow the leader. That's the follow
It's
the leader
hundred
syndrome.
percent.
Yeah. So it's like, you
And people
see,
don't realize, like I think one of the guys in the chat said it was data mining. I called it farming, but data mining seems better. That's really what they're doing at the end of the day. They're just getting a list, together of people. If you believe gematria, then there's a million other things you'll believe too.
oh
So
yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure the dating coaches did the same thing too.
Yeah. He was very dating coach-ish,
Yes, it
like
was.
their response, the way they were immediately attacking. It's like, I don't think they, I don't think they realized we had been through that already.
Well, look
And,
at all the dating coaches like Myron and all those guys. They've gone political, or they're promoting Bitcoin or other get rich quick schemes. So these guys are relationship experts and making money experts. It's like they're an expert on everything, literally. And Myron's now a political expert. It's just like these guys. It's whatever's trending. That's what they're an expert on. Whatever is trending.
whatever the new grift is,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
new
Exactly.
grift experts.
And you point it out to the zombies and they attack you, just like in the past. You say, this is what's going on. You don't know what you're talking about. It's like, forget it. You can't lead a horse. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, as they say. So it's just like, here's the truth. You don't like it? Nice. Same with the numbers. They swear by these numbers. The numbers are the solution to everything, but
Oh,
they
yeah.
learn the hard way, I guess.
Yeah, they're the numbers is like crazy, crazy numbers is the name, man. That
Hmm.
is the hilarious.
Well, you know, football season's a couple months away, and that's when the betting gets crazy. That's when even me, I put bets on that stuff.
When's that starting?
Well, preseason starts mid-August to end of August, and then the season starts, I think, the second week of September, basically
And
September. Yeah,
soccer's ending what, this month or next month?
that's I guess this month. I don't really watch soccer, but I think it's this month it's going to end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I figure because they
Football
usually
season's
when one, yeah, you see how they time it, right? When one big cup, goes to the finals, then the next season
yeah.
or something different,
Well,
whole
creating
different
numbers is
shape.
going to cost a lot of money to a lot of people when football season
Man,
starts.
that guy they said that ended himself, man, and he's
Yeah.
trying to, you know.
Oh yeah,
DeWitt
football.
says, yeah,
Oh,
he says, greetings, everyone. Thank you, Max and Mr. X. Thank you. Thank
thank
you
you.
for,
Thank you for hopping on. Thank you, Mark.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. You can draw a line between any number and any. Yeah, it
True.
definitely. Oh my goodness. It is hilarious, man. It's just DeWitt. Yeah, man. NPC says flashback. Oh my goodness. And Black Earth 17. Oh wow, I remember him. Yeah. Black
Hmm.
Earth. Uh wow, that's so great, man. That is so great. I'm so glad, man. Yeah, Greg and all of them cool dudes. Yeah, and those days were fun, man. They were definitely fun. I'm glad those guys are still keeping it alive. I think
But
that's
why?
a good.
Why? What? I mean, in your opinion, do you think it's right that they want you to go back to a stream where you lost your temper? You think that's right? Do you think that's in your best interest? I don't think it is.
No, no, yeah. I think NPC is just saying they talked really good about it,
Yeah,
the
I
old
mean,
days. So,
good for
it's
them.
cool that they reminisce,
Yeah.
And Gant and all of those guys, yeah, they're still, they're just I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll start doing different stuff. He says, I was realizing how many people I met because of UMD in the stream. Kevin, White Pill, Hole, yeah, Hole, Spicoli.
Oh,
Yeah,
Spicoli.
man. It's a whole bunch of people, man. Whole numbers. Yeah, man. It's yeah, yeah, you know, that whole thing was cool. Now, I mean, we're in such a technological future now. It's
It is.
amazing. You know.
I mean, what'd you think of what I said? Because I know you're an intelligent guy, so I'd like to get your opinion on it about the possibility of all these rural areas near water sources just going to become huge data centers, and that we're going to have cities just populated with people, a heavy population concentration in cities. How do you think that's plausible, or what's your opinion on that?
Um, I mean, the data center. I think it might be something like with the 15-second, 15-minute cities.
Hmm.
So possibly something like that. I'm thinking. I mean, maybe and that's what you were saying too. The data centers. We're trying to figure out like what are they, right?
My understanding, based because I'm not an expert, don't claim to be, but basically in the old days, in the video I wrote, it would be just a stack of computers, servers, basically in a back room. That was a data center from the old days, and you could log into it from your internet site, log into that server that on the World Wide Web. You know, it was a server available on the internet rather than an intranet, which would be just company size. But that's basically all it is. It's really a giant computer at the end of the day. I mean, the processors have changed. I know they say they're going to GPUs things. These GPUs they'll require far more energy. But for the layman term, it's the energy. The energy and the cooling that is immense. They say, oh, I don't know, one data center they're building could over 500,000 homes could be powered by the amount of power required for a data center of like 4 gigawatts. I mean, or megawatts, excuse me, megawatts. So it's like these data centers, the amount of energy you're talking about to keep them running is incredible. I don't think they said based on their plans that they don't have enough energy. That means taking all the energy away from the people. They have to live off the grid through solar power or something. You know what I mean? And they
Hmm.
still have to use every possible means to power these data centers. I think that is the elephant in the room that people aren't seeing, is the power that's going to be required, because we're going to have nuclear power plants and fossil fuels everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Super Sidewinder is right. Skynet vibe, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely Skynet vibe. It's yeah. When you think about it, yeah, it's like the water comes out of the datas. Yeah, man, it's not safe. They're all with the forever chemicals. It's just it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
And imagine if a nuclear reactor failed or leaked, Chernobyl here in the US.
Yeah, yeah. There's like so much. I mean, when you just look at the disregard, like they're building them, and people don't even realize that just the fact that they're doing this is a big fu to the people.
It is.
It's like, so they're putting it up, and what, we got to go through legislative, like trying to basically beg them to change it.
It's not going to happen. They're backed by the tech companies. Too much money's involved. It's not going to happen.
It's crazy. And people, again, are still, that's the follow the leader syndrome, where it's like they're just following the leader, not realizing, this is serious stuff, man. This is serious. Yeah.
They say most of them are in Virginia right now. That's the hub of the data centers. A lot of them in Virginia. And they interviewed one lady, and she wanted to move. She said before she never wanted to move, but she can't live near these data centers. It sounds like an airplane going over her house. So she's ready to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm saying it seems like an exodus out of certain cities are just going to be data center central and no inhabitants.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Tell you, man, it's crazy. It's data centers, the whole AI on top of that. AI is one thing, and then you got the data centers. It's just like, holy smokes. And then what is it? I mean, the $90 billion moon mission, that was like, I mean, talk about follow the leader syndrome on that. It's just like, holy, wow. Sidewalker says they're listing them as military installations. Wow.
Look at that.
Wow. The inhumane to dehydrate the machine. Yeah. It really makes you wonder what they are. What are these things? It's and we're like the few people that are even thinking that way.
Yeah.
You got people that have convinced themselves in following the leader that, oh no, those are for AI. That's it,
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, really? So that's the only thing they're for. They're like, yeah. And then as soon as you say anything like it could be something different, Agent Smith comes out.
You're right.
Agent Smith syndrome right there. And we're seeing how easy it's like, wait, just think. It's like, you really think, and the whole nuclear thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, you look at, what is it? Indian Head Power Plant or something. It's like up the river from the Hudson River. It's like up north of New York City. And they passed a law. They were fighting not to have 45,000 gallons of radioactive wastewater dumped into the Hudson. That's ridiculous. People, they follow the leader and they act like there's an acceptable limit, because the person that bought the plant would have had to pay to dispose of that. And the way it works is so evil that they'll pay, if it's $5 million to clean it up, they'll pay $1 million to bribe somebody so they don't got to clean it up.
Yeah, exactly. And they get away with it. That's the sad part about the whole thing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Jack Talcott got a good point. Yep. As the people wake up, the collective consciousness will rise. The 100th monkey syndrome is real. Then people can follow the truth instead of obeying rules taught by others. Yeah, man, the truth is the way.
I mean, I hate to be a negative Nancy and so forth, as the saying goes, but we're going to be under such a state of surveillance. It's like, good luck with any rebellion. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. We're going to be in such a state of surveillance. It's going to get ridiculous.
He says, Cuts One says, we aren't the quacks going around talking about flock cameras for hovering. Oh, snap. But crazy numbers, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely yeah, man.
Gematria. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about all of the I can't believe the amount of that's why I call the stream follow the leader syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
People that follow the leader in many different aspects. You know what I'm saying? It's not just one aspect. Like we can pick different things that people follow the leader on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like many.
Many different things. We had that with the dating coaches. They followed that leader.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about all the people who follow Rollo Tomasi, and you know what's old. If that guy can get a huge following, we got a problem in this country. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Him, the rest of the crew, a lot of them fell off, though. I've noticed that a lot of them fell off.
Mm-hmm.
And they switched, like you said, to the race grift and the politic.
Yeah. Yeah. He's trying to pull a Charlie Kirk, Myron. He goes to college campuses to debate feminism. It's like, what happened? I thought you were the expert on dating. It's like, what is this?
Yeah,
But it doesn't surprise me because I knew it was all BS to begin with.
yeah, he's expert on grifting.
That's pretty much what it comes down to.
It's
Whatever
like,
anybody wants, it's like you go to a grifter. It's like whatever you want, he has the answer.
yeah,
You know,
the grifters are, yeah,
I mean, if I want to know, what's going to happen next week with this war, all I got to do is join Crazy Numbers Patreon. So that's the
crazy
secret
number.
sauce.
That is hilarious,
He's
man.
got every answer you wanted. Just join the
No,
Patreon.
definitely, man. CD, what's up, brother? He said, "What's up, legends? What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. You always been around, bro."
And be
Yeah,
around
man.
20. Let me get ready for work. I'll be back in 20.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yep.
Yeah, this is some deep stuff. I suggest the time to take action and intervene in the corrupt system is now. Yeah, it's the only time, man. It's the only time. Water giveth, water taketh. Yep. Tell you, man. When I think about it, it's just like, man, just yeah, man. Good to have you be, yeah, brother. Always good to have him. Yeah, no cult. Yeah, man. It definitely you should go first. I don't know what the let me see. The cuts is on. It's like there's a grifter out there to affirm anyone's preconceptions. Yeah, man. The grifters are everyone, man. Yeah, CD's been here since the OG days, man. Thank you, brother. Yep. Yeah. Oh man, thank you, brother. Thank you. I'll see. Hopefully, I can. I don't think I have a Apple developer account anymore, man. It was like 120 a year. I think we got Jack Talcott in the back. I don't know if I've ever had Jack on. Let me see. Jack, who are you, man?
Hey, I do streams myself. I'm an activist. I promote the message of live without fear. I'm a fan of yours. You tune in, you stream late, and so I don't usually even comment in the chat, but I tune in with you quite a bit. I love your perspectives. I'm a fan and a friend.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Anything on your mind for the topic of follow the leader syndrome? Or, I mean, yeah, you definitely got some good outlook.
It's well, what I said in the chat is what I think is true. Your other guest who is here, I looked at his name. I didn't catch it.
Mr. X.
Mr. X.
Yeah.
He said something about in the near future, it'll be even more surveillance and maybe more challenging or difficult. But I think it's the time. We've got the technology. We've got the answers. We even have the hierarchy. It's just a matter of getting through it. I found my purpose a number of years ago when I discovered the Organization of Veterans for Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Follow the leader syndrome is real. Children have been conditioned to obey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've actually built institutions called school. Yep.
It's been very effective.
Yeah, man. So, what type of issues do you talk about on your channel?
I want to think that maybe you might have swung by. I don't know if that's possible or not, but I host open panel conversations, not to promote, but dude, I attract some crazy people, and it gets crazy. It gets chaotic, downright profane sometimes. But what I try to talk about is life, consciousness, love, ending wars, overcoming corruption internally and in the world.
Mm-hmm. Do you think there's any way to end the war?
I do.
No? What would that be?
We convince the people who started the wars that it's time to stop fighting. And then I believe the way it's done is heart-to-heart communication with human beings instead of this damn nonsense of authority. And we look at the facts. Do we want to continue this path of self-destruction, causing a lot of human suffering just for the owning class to continue gaining more control of the media, of the means of production, the means of ownership? Our freedom has been sold. And so I think there is a way to end the wars, but it means the people taking control of the governments again. And I'm all in on this idea, man. I am all in. I moved myself outside of Washington, D.C., and I'm trying to find a way.
Now, what if, what would you say to convince the people?
It's time for the truth. Nothing but the truth, the absolute truth. It will set us free, because in the absolute truth, we are all one time of history. It's time for us to start getting along with each other so we can clean up the messes of the past. So the truth shall set us free. What I'm suggesting is available to Congress and the current administration is the reformation of the economic and political systems so that corporations and governments can no longer legally keep secrets and tell us lies.
And if they don't do that, how do you enforce it? Does it have to be enforced?
It would be a public exercise. We've already got, sorry if there's no. We've already got groups and organizations attempting to maintain some sort of oversight. And thankfully, through them, we learn a lot. I've learned a lot about a lot of the corruption and stuff. But ending secrecy would create transparency. And rather than the governments and the bosses telling everyone what to do, right, we let the facts dictate collectively what's the best choice.
Okay. Do you know who Cuts One is? I think he's pretty angry in the chat. Jesuit. Do you know who Crazy Numbers? Numbers games.
Yeah. God, his name's there. Gematria.
Yeah.
Yes, Zach Hubbard. Yes, I know Zach. Is that who you're referring to?
No, I don't know. Cuts one is in the chat.
Oh,
They have exposed Zach, and we call him crazy numbers.
okay.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, they Mr. X made that up, but he says Jack is a Jesuit. I don't know. I mean, I
Not.
cuts. The link is up top. Just pinned to the top of the chat or the bottom. I don't know. I don't know what is there like a history between you and Zach and Cuts and all of these guys?
If I should remember Cuts one, I don't. I'm sorry. I mean, no offense to him or her, but Zach and I actually met at a Jesuit university during COVID, trying to talk to people about what was going on. I was on Zach's stream when he was snitching on me. Hey, I'm not responsible for that man. He's who he is, but I can get along with pretty much anyone.
Yeah, he kind of got very angry with me because I showed him a picture and he couldn't comprehend it. And he tried to, he was like promoting the channel and everything. But I showed Zach this picture and I go, look, you can only see this picture from one perspective. You either see the square or the triangle or the circle. And you talk to three different people, they're going to give you those perspectives. And then you realize that, wait, what I'm looking at isn't a triangle because from another angle, it's casting the shadow of a circle. And he started bringing in, no, it's the Jesuits. They can see everything. And I was like, wait, you're not understanding. I'm saying you can't be in three places at one time. And he got very bent out. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait a second, something got to be wrong. And then I guess they call him his lieutenant. What was his name? Stonewood. I think it was DJ Stonewood or something. And I was just like, wow. Cuts, I'm going to let you on. Please don't curse. We want to keep this clean from cursing. Okay.
Sure. Cuts. Hey, what's up, man?
Okay. Cuts. Yeah. So I was telling him about the history with Zach on how I showed him that.
Yeah, you should beware of these snaky characters like these guys here. These are super snaky rat people. This is like an actual fraudster, pretty much.
Okay, tell me why.
I don't know. I don't know why he was on showing fake gematria while they were like rat doxing people and threatening men, women, and children. You'd have to ask him. Ask Talcott why. He's so stupid he can't read. That's what I think. I don't think he's like really that smart. Like, I wouldn't follow the Talquack. You should go practice what you preach and take out the Jesuit New World Order flock cameras. You should go do it first. Go live, take them out, and then we'll follow you. If you want to be the leader, you do it. You go do it first. For Hubbard, clown. What a clown. I think he's a clown.
Well, we don't want to call names.
No, he's a gaslight. It's a gaslighting clown.
What is the gaslighting about?
I don't know. He just goes along with anything. He's like a happy-go-lucky hipster fraudster.
So what is something...
He's good with like super-duper rat garbage. He's good with he's not a peace-loving hippie. He's good with hyper-violence and anti-Jesuit gematria. He's good with that. He's ready to fucking go live with the quack.
So you mean he's going live with quackery?
Yeah, he went live with Hubbard like a couple times now, and they're just doing straight fraud garbage.
What year was that?
What a disgrace.
What year was that? What a
disgrace. You're a disgrace. You're not a peaceful, peacenik, kind-loving hippie guru of like, I love everybody. You're a fraud.
Clearly.
You're a coward. I mean, you're a shill. I think you're a shill for doing all your little shill rat garbage.
Right.
Fuck out of here.
But
Live
what?
without
Please, Cuts. Don't curse, man. We can't. I can't have the cursing. All right.
Dude, he's going live with Hubbard selling gematria and like targeting men, women, and children
When are the last?
for like an ultra violent revolution. I mean, you're a clown.
What?
You are a clown.
When was this last stream that he was live with Hubbard?
I don't know. It was like last year.
So he hasn't talked for Hubbard for a year.
I don't know what he does. I know he comes off to me like this is like a cult person that you don't want to let around children. These are creepy, sicko, weirdo, psychopath, degenerate idiots.
Well, you know, Cuts, I understand that you might have some history going back, but we just want to keep it to where, you know, we want to keep it.
Yeah,
where,
what's he gonna say? He's just gonna say some like he's like shushing and
well, he
looking all goofy and shit.
Cuts, if you listen to the stream and you listen to yourself and
Dude,
him,
I hate these people.
well, again, you're coming out with as
Dude, I think it's like despicable to even have this guy on your stream.
okay. So if you,
He's like a wannabe cult leader. He's like, come here, little kids, to my hippie bus. He's like, I have a rainbow hippie bus love van. Quack.
so has he done anything like that?
No,
Like,
this is a cult of scum.
no, I'm asking.
He hasn't done anything to me, no.
No, I'm not.
But
I'm not
this
saying,
is
I'm
a
not
cult
saying-
of
I'm not
scum.
saying if he's done anything to you.
Dude, these people are super duper duper fraud scum. I can't even express.
Wow, he seems. You know, Mark. He has a good point.
Dude, if I seen these people in real life, it'd be over with. It'd be a done dada type situation. I don't have no peace and love for your bitch ass, snitch ass, you snitch ass bitch.
What did I tell you about cursing, Cuts? If you can't respect that,
I got no love for these scumbags.
Well, then don't curse, because now it's between you and I.
I got no
All right?
love for these scumbags. Well, then I don't. Whatever.
Well, you're gonna have to abide by.
It just makes me mad seeing these scumbags coming around trying to do fraud.
You know, see, this is Cuts. No matter what happened between you and this guy, and you and Zach, I know had a bad falling out. You don't need to disrespect people on my stream for that. You see, I treated you.
Well, I'm sorry, Max.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
listen, go ahead. Whatever you guys are talking about, peace and love and the revolution of killing the New World Order with gematria. Quack. Sure.
Well, you know, it just when I think about it, it's like there's a lot of healing that needs to be done. And I'm not saying that, you know, I don't know, Jack, but you know, if he's look, I streamed. I had the crazy number Zach on here a few times, and we saw he had a falling out because of the picture.
I appreciate your channel because you called it out and noticed that he was trying to fraud you and everybody else, and I like that. You should call him out. Why didn't you question him, Talcott? How come you didn't question Zachary K. Hubbard about his fake gematria? You know it's fake. You can read, right? You know how to read? Do you know how to read, Jack Talcott? Can you read the definition of gematria?
Let him
Yes,
respond, Cuts. Yeah.
I'm quite literate. I know you expressed your doubts and disbelief that I could read, but yes. And
Okay, do you understand where I'm coming from? That these are like lying fraudster, shill cowards that like threaten men, women, and children in their chat? Does that make any sense to you or no?
I've heard you mention it several times, and it clearly troubles you, but I'm not that.
No, okay, sure. What if they were doing that to you?
I'm not that. Can I talk to you?
Whatever.
Well, thank you. I mean, I get it.
I'm not even your enemy, dude. I'm just like, this is like another weirdo from the fucking cult.
I get that a lot.
You know, what do I got to do to you to tell
Dude,
you?
I highly don't appreciate these fucking people.
See,
It's like
you
they
know,
can't read.
there's nothing I can really say. Every time after time, I'm telling this guy not to use the F word, and he just doesn't listen. Now, Cuts is a cool dude, but he's got a lot of mental trauma. And hopefully other hosts will see this and understand that they don't got a blackout on him. Now, Jack might be a nutcase. He could be psychopath. I don't know, Ted Kaczynski. But he's been presenting himself normal. And, you know, it's like, okay, Cuts, you're coming in here like a psychopath. And the one thing is you can say what you want to say, but when you start cursing, which I'm asking you not to curse, yeah, and I know that most people aren't straight. Like you might be drunk or something like that. I mean, there's very rare to find straight people. They exist on the line, you know, but this is like, you know, you disrespected it more than 3 times within like a 10-second span by saying effing and effing. And, you know, you're backstage, you came back, so you're in the playpen, just the way Zach was in the playpen, you know, and I told him it's, you know, and Zach stayed. I couldn't believe that he stayed backstage when he was streaming my stream. And I was just like, wow, this guy is like persistent. And I didn't kick him off. I said, okay, you know, he's streaming the stream. And it just, man, I don't know, man, the mental illness. And I did streams on this before about mental illness. And it's sad, Cuts, because, you know, look, I'm going to bring you on and give you one chance. I don't do this. Usually I just ban people because, you know.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, Max. I'm not trying to disrespect you.
Any cursing, just press the eject button so I don't got to kick you off. Just jump off. Any cursing, just press the eject button.
Sure, I'll turn my other one down.
Turn your background sound off.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so I can.
What's funny though? Why are they laughing? I don't get it.
Because it's funny, I guess.
What's funny?
I don't know. If somebody,
I don't know either. I don't know what's funny. You're talking about like really serious topics.
Well, also, you know what it could be? It could be your behavior. I mean, people might find it funny. You know,
I get it. That makes sense. The way I say it about the quacks, it is really funny.
I mean, if you look at it this way,
it's
right?
Super goofy.
We know that the Zachary 201 stuff, I did stream from it. Can gematria cause psychosis?
Right.
Now, if that being so, shows that you might have received some of that and definitely trauma, and you got to heal from that, because if
for sure they do that to everybody that they come across.
Yeah, but now the problem isn't everybody they come across. The problem is you healing for what was done to you, and that's what has to come first. You might be angry and all of this stuff. It'll drive you nuts. So you got to make a choice. You want to go nuts, or you want to say, you know what happened to you wasn't right. Life ain't fair sometimes, but then sometimes it's fair and more than fair. So we see that. Now, another thing is, what's the ancient saying? In America, they say it as, oh man, I know in Rome it's, oh man, what was it? It was like, oh yeah, in America, it's let the buyer beware. And Rome is he who will be deceived, let him. So if you're going to be deceived, let him. And it's a tough saying, but it's like you can't really get angry.
Yeah, no, that's how these cultists and little wannabe cult leaders oppirate. They nod along and they're like, yeah, if you want to get brought in, come and join my channel.
You're missing the point. It's about you not being able to be deceived by them. Now you can see, so you don't have to get angry. You just
the problem is that when people aren't being deceived like myself, when we don't fall for their scam garbage, they think it's really funny, and the way they operate, they start doing terrorism against you, and that's what I don't appreciate.
Well,
these are terrorist rat people.
Hey,
These people are rat terrorists, straight up.
Well, people came and they try to
Say
say,
something, man. Quit laughing and making weird noises and hand gestures and whatever you're doing.
okay, if somebody's doing that, right? You don't gotta let it bother you, man.
It is bothersome. It's disgusting. It's like
Did
Jeffrey
you hear what I
Epstein, like
said?
licking his lips and like slapping his
hear what I
hands together, and it's like evil.
Did you hear what I said? The fact that I gotta mute you for a second, and you know you can unmute, but it's like, come on, man. You know, Mark says, I'm sure Cutzone has something good to say when he calms down. Yeah. And we can exist within the traumas of the past or within the eternal presence of love, God. White Heat Truth, good to see you, man. He says, Max, the quackery has has affected a ripple wave on your channel. I suspect MO was to psyop your channel and divert.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that too. I'm a former Gematrian, and your buddy up here is a current Gematrian. Talquack is a Gematrian. That's why I'm trying to yell at him a little bit.
All right, let him respond. Go ahead, Jack.
Thank you. First of all, this has been, you're witnessing what is a pretty common part of my path. People love to take out their past stuff onto me, and I get accused of and identified as a lot of things.
You're slimy. They're trying to fraud me and others and other
Hey, you got to let them finish.
and making up lies, and then they're
You can't interrupt. You can't interrupt. He didn't interrupt you. Let him finish fully.
all right. Go ahead. It's really slimy. Go ahead.
This is where we're at. And actually, Max, please, what an honor. Your example of compassionate communication, maintaining respect. Golly geez. Thank you.
Thanks, man. You know, I went on a channel yesterday. I happened to just see him live when I was setting up the stream. Objective Ethics. He came on here like a few times, and he's such a cool guy. Self-respect, but there's a lot that he still has to improve upon. And when he said something about relationships, and I was like, well, that's not fully correct. And then when I went on the stream yesterday to show support, now this happened, I don't know, a week ago, maybe 10 days, whatever. And, you know, he was in the chat, and I go, well, come on the stream and we'll talk about it. You know, he never came on the stream because he works a lot. So he, you know, time went on, and then I just hopped on, and and he goes, hey, you know, Max is here, and, you know, I'm going to let him speak, and it's good to see him. And then all of a sudden he goes, hey, we got to clear the air on something that you said that you thought I was right about everything. And I go, well, okay. I said, I think it was something with a relationship, but I'm not sure. I don't remember that exactly. So take the clip of that clip and send it to me on email, and I'll listen to it. And if it is what it is, then I don't have a problem with apologizing, but I don't remember saying it in that way. Now, he was like, okay. And then he kind of went on a little bit more. And I go, you know, I said, and no disrespect, I told him, look, for me, for you, it was something that stuck in your mind till yesterday, for all those days thinking about that. For me, it was Thursday, or it was Sunday. It was, you know, it was just another day. And he, yeah, you know.
I just recently came across and got to meet Objective Ethics.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the way he communicates, and yet that's interesting that, you know, I'm convinced what's happening in this online stuff, at least in my experience, a lot of good people trying to figure out what's going on, and we're learning and growing together.
Right. And I used to share a lot of research myself, you know, before the quacks like try to fraud you.
Objective ethics. When and he's a cool guy, man. I don't know.
Hey, peace and love, Jack Talcott. I could do that. Like, I'm about that.
All right, man.
Like, I get it.
All right, hang out for a second, Cuts. So when objective, and I hope he hasn't sent me the email thing, and I haven't, I hopped off the stream, and I really appreciate everything that I've learned from him, and his presence coming on the stream, being on his stream a few times. But when I tried to explain to him, okay, you clip if it's bothering you so much, clip the piece and send it to me, and I'll look at it. Now he might, I don't know, but also I told him, look, man, that's something. That's like, it's kind of like what Cuts is doing here is like 10 times worse because he's attacking. Objective was extreme.
I don't mean to be attacking. I'm literally trying to warn people.
So that's a good thing.
No,
so
I'm not trying to attack you guys. I'm sorry.
No, I'm so glad that you see that. So now this is what it's about. Hopefully Objective Ethics can watch this and see that, okay, one, look at the irony, and this is hilarious. I think he would laugh at it too, is that he's telling me on his stream yesterday. And I went on because, I guess people are busy now. There's not much people watching. Even here, there's like 7, 8 people. I mean, it's very low. His had about the same. So I said, let me jump on, because it just happened to pop up. And I know he only streams usually once a week or something. And for him to bring that up, I was like, wow, man. I said, think about that. I said, that's been living in your mind for so long. But when you think about what you're asking is, you're saying it was disrespectful of me saying that you think you know everything, right? So I thought about it and I said, isn't that funny? Because in thinking I disrespected you, which I didn't, is thinking you know everything. So it's kind of proven what I was saying if I said it. And I don't think I said it, because I think I said it more like,
you think
it was a
what is this channel's called? Objective ethics. Do you guys think that ethics are objective, given like different information? It could be objective.
Well, yeah, you should go on his channel, because he came on here to talk about objective ethics once, but the conversation went in many different directions. So it was a long conversation. And then he jumped on one time, which was hilarious. Mr. X was saying something, and he jumped in the chat like, no, Mr. X is wrong. And Mr. X kept pressing it to where he jumped on. And it was hilarious because, objective ethics is funny. Life Abolitionist is still angry with me as well, because I told him he wants to be able to get free assisted ending, from, I guess, the place he's in. I don't know if it's UK or whatever. And I told him that that's like, get well soon, and I hope that you don't, go and do something like that, because that's a mental thing, but I can't tell him what to do. And he lashed out, and he got angry after I left, and it was okay. See, I'm looking at that like, hey, that's great, because that's his opinion. That's the way he feels. And hopefully Objective will say, oh, okay, so it's okay for people to say something, because I told him on the stream, I said, listen, when criticism, it reveals your character. So how you respond to criticism, it really reveals your character. And he kind of, he started to catch it a little, but I caught him right like in 3 hours, and he was ready to end the stream. So we all said a last word. But I hope, I hope he passes by. He's definitely a cool dude. Ethics is definitely cool. Mr. X, what's up, man?
Yeah, I'm just hopping back on. Glad to see you having a lively conversation here. This sounds good.
What's up, man? Good evening.
Yeah, Jack Talcott. Yeah, let me, I'm just fixing some of the things. Okay. Yeah, we got Jack Talcott here with us, man. He definitely bringing a peace and love message. Cuts.
I don't mean to be so upset. It's just that I just tried to do a stream, but these people have glitched out my internet so badly that I couldn't even stream. Like, I still have a live stream going that I can't even go into because it doesn't even work.
Okay. Mr. X.
It's just frustrating. My bad. I don't mean to take it out on
No,
you
you guys
guys.
go ahead. I'm just hopping in. I missed a lot of the conversation because I had to get to work. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
Cuts is, he was here from Crazy Numbers
Mhm.
stream, and I think he had because Jack Talcott was on Crazy Numbers like a year ago, so I think Cuts kind of.
I want to squash it with Jack Talcott because I don't understand why he was on the Quacks thing, just going along with all that, where
right
they were
now,
like death
that's
threatening
right
and harassing
now.
you. I'm pretty
Right
sure
now.
that's not your ideology, is it, sir? So you don't go along with what Zachary K. Hubbard is saying, right? Like you're not good with all that. You're not trying to K-word me and everyone, like anybody I know and other people, men, women, and children. You don't condone the ethics of like them threatening my homie's baby. You're not good with that, right? You're not good with Zachary K. Hubbard. Good, that's what I thought.
Okay, now Cuts. If that's what you thought, when you go back and look at all the attacking you did,
Yeah, because he was just agreeing with me. He was shaking his head in agreement.
Cuts, you gotta wait.
Look,
It
look what
shows
he's doing.
the stuff we were talking about, that the internet, these things like Hubbard and gematria and other things, and it can cause a type of psychosis. And you were a great
No,
experiment.
gematria is Hebrew. Gematria is not the bad thing in and of itself. The problem is frauds, scammers
So
lie
it
to
can be
people
used,
about
it can be
gematria.
used. Yeah, it can
And
be
they're
used.
brainwashing and like just like what they're doing is totally despicable.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other despicable things in the world too, but you can't let it make you go nuts. So this is something that, okay, whatever Hubbard did, I've noticed.
I don't want to. I'm not trying. I never was or never will. I'm not the one that's going to go nuts first. I'm not the
Okay.
one that started harassing me first.
I know. So you gotta, what you gotta do. You might
But
have.
it's like it makes me a little defensive, and I'm sorry, and I'm just trying to figure out if you're down with the cult or what. That's what you feel.
Well, you're learning because you said you wanted to squash it, and it's squashed. You already see the guy,
and he's agreeing. He's like nodding along with what I'm saying. Like he gets it. He knows that it's wrong.
So now
He knows that what they were doing was wrong.
I think.
Look at him now. He doesn't look so. Now he doesn't look so.
I don't know if this guy. He says you're one of them. Cuts. Don't lie. If he wants to hop on, we got the link pinned. I think it's on the bottom of the chat or the top. But please, if you come on, don't curse. It's funny. I have it. Somebody told me because I put it in the chat on YouTube where before somebody comments, it says don't curse, and people still. And I'm just like, I'm just. Yeah, there's nothing I can really do.
All right, my bad. I'm sorry. That was my bad. It's my fault. This is a whole new stream. I get it.
Think about this,
Cuts. Go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
Well, this is to teach you and everybody else who's watching and objective ethics. If he sees that, okay, now if you come on here again, and I say, hey man, you were cursing, then you see I'll have mental trauma, but I don't care. As long as you don't come on cursing again and you learned now and you and Jack are cool. Wow.
I'm sorry. Don't even mind me. I don't want to push any trauma on anybody.
No, that's cool. That's cool. The missing mod says she won't join for sure. So did I ask you to join? I mean, I thought I was asking this guy to join, but that's okay if you don't want to join. I forgot. I don't know if she uses her name. She's like an old blonde chick. Yeah, but hey, we're all, we're not going to be around too long, so we should really try to appreciate each other. Yeah, I am. Yeah, cuts is deeply cut. No pun intended. Because we're all from the island of misfit toys, like in the Rudolph.
You know what? They are too, though. Like these cult people do this little cult garbage because they're actually like really pathetic too. Like they actually click up together with each other because they're weak and pathetic losers. That's why.
Why do you have to be so angry, man? Missing mod.
It's infuriating. It's infuriating. It's a cult. It's like L. Ron Hubbard snatches your kid.
Stop spurging. So the missing mod. Yeah, if you can not curse. I mean, if it's like light curses, if it's not full F bombs, even then. But you're always welcome to come on. You know what's up. So then she's got a good show too.
I don't have no funk with anybody else either, by the way. I'm not like on here to like make funk with anyone, but like when I see the Gematrians trying to infiltrate people's channels, it's like kind of frustrating.
Cuts, whatever Zach did to you and the other. I know that it was bad, but it is showing. I mean, he tried to pressure me.
It's not okay. It's called terrorism.
Well,
it's terrorism. I'm sorry, but that's what it is.
If you think
I don't appreciate people online doing terrorism against me and others.
Well, then you have to take it to talk to YouTube, talk to a lawyer,
none of that even works. It doesn't even work.
Well, it can if you find the right person. You got to keep trying, but
one day I would like to sue the socks off of Hubbard and have them like take his family away from him and like just separate all of them and like sue him down to his socks and take all his property in his car and just get rid of him.
Hold on. Why would you want to even think of
I literally, as soon as I get the opportunity, I'm suing him.
Wait, hold on a second. Oh, Missing Mod knows you, Jack? She says, hey, Jack, good to see you. Wow, that's cool. I think I have seen you around. I've definitely seen, definitely, man. Yeah.
Is Jack into the numbers, the crazy numbers guy?
No. Yeah, he was selling fake gematria with the quack, and they're like doxing and threatening and harassing me and others.
Cuts.
So I'm just calling it out.
Jack.
It's not okay.
Cuts. He was asking Jack, all right?
Jack,
he's just like, no.
Cuts gotta, I don't know. Cuts, you gotta chill, man. You gotta really chill. We need to, you are straitjacket level right now. You're straitjacket level, man. It's
for real? That really?
Yeah.
What if they were doing that to you?
Really? If this was the asylum,
I'm dead serious. I'm not straitjacket nothing. How dare you?
You're straitjacking.
Nah, hell nah.
Yeah.
Gematria is Hebrew, buddy.
The fact that you can't stay quiet, then I would tell them to give you the Thorazine too. So that would just numb you out. And, believe me, I've seen doctors and you're not listening, man.
Dude, that's shady as hell.
See, back when I was in the military as a teenager, we would just beat the hell out of you. And you would learn within, I'd say, about 8 minutes.
You're gonna beat me with the gematria? That's what the issue is.
No,
that's what you're saying.
No, we wouldn't beat you for what you're saying. We would beat you just for talking. We'd be like, listen, when we say shut up, right? And we see all this talking, you don't understand that, but you would understand the M16 across your face. You would understand that. We'd be speaking the same language. You see what I'm saying? So right now, I can only mute you. And
I'm not interjecting. I'm listening to you.
Right then, you would have got another butt stroke from the M16. Right?
Really?
Yeah, because
you think if I was in a military circumstance, it would be the same situation? No, it's not. It is not the same situation, my guy.
I know it's not, but I'm just
letting you know. Then don't try to say that it is. It's not the same situation. If I was in a military situation, I wouldn't be saying nothing to nobody for no reason.
I'm letting you know that it would be a lot easier. And that you should be thankful.
But you're insinuating that and that you would harm me for some reason, saying that I would do that.
His context, Cuts. His context.
There's no good context of that.
No, you have to realize that you got to be thankful that I've matured. And I'm trying to show you that somebody that would have basically butt stroked you and just, had no type of dialogue with you. It would have been one shut up and all this stuff. I'd have been waiting for you to say more stuff just so we could hit you again. And sergeants would have been like, it's good that you put him in line. Now.
Okay, I hear your point. Yeah, sure. I don't do that, though. I don't go saying stuff to
all I can do now, especially, is mute you. You see, that's all I can do right now. And I could throw you off the show, but like, I could put you backstage in the playpen, like Jack,
No, I'm trying to come to an understanding. I hear what you're saying. I get it. I understand.
Okay, then stay quiet
Yeah.
and understand that when people are talking, there are pauses when a person talks and finishes a point when you can interject. And you don't gotta interject you're prematurely ejaculating or something like that. You just slow, hey, even if you go to say something and the person continues, then you wait. That's called maturity.
Okay, sure. I'm sorry. I'm bad.
So relax and just listen for a little bit, and don't just jump in. We were
No, I'm listening. I just don't like being attacked.
I just tell you not to jump in.
Exactly.
So you see, I had to mute you, right? Missy Mock said Jack is a very nice guy and he's very positive. Yes, he's been positive and nice. Cuts, I don't know. It's like Cuts. I don't know what's up with Cuts, man. I really don't.
But what is Jack's beliefs? I mean, are you a follower of the Gematria, or what are your beliefs, Jack?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too.
Oh boy! Oh, come on.
Yeah, go ahead. He wants to play. Stay backstage because that's the last time. Go ahead, Mr. X, because Jack and you will have a great conversation.
Yeah, I want to know about his belief system and everything like that, about crazy numbers, or what does he promote?
I'm a seeker of truth. Okay. And looking into everything, I discovered gematria. I listened to Zach for a little bit, tried to understand what he was saying, tried to communicate with him. He and I didn't really communicate very well together, so we parted ways, but not as enemies and certainly not as allies. And who I am, I swear, I'm a follower of what I believe is the way of love. And it's all about forgiveness. And our friend Cuts, he's found some opportunities to grow in his ability to forgive. That's for sure.
Yeah, I definitely saw him. I think he's been drinking or something, or I don't think he's totally straight because the amount of times, I mean, he's still backstage, but he has to learn. It's like, look, man, I psychologically, it comes from something missing in his life, and he thinks that he can get it here. Even 5 years ago, Mr. X remembers on different shows, we had a different channel that we sold, and we would talk about relationships, and I wouldn't be as nice, it would be more roasting and laughing, and people would be getting like totally inflamed. Like that could really make them mad. And I'm like, wow, at first it was funny, but now that you're mad, it's hilarious now. And it got crazy. So I was used to stuff with guys threatening me. I told them, I said, I actually missed the death threats on email. They were one guy's in federal prison now doing 20 years. Yeah.
Because of threats?
Yep. He used to harass us. We found other people that, people think when I tell these guys, it's like, how do you know I'm not law enforcement? It's like until something happens, when they had told me that this guy's doing 20 in a federal penitentiary, and even one of the other guys we had come on, he goes, I'm surprised that guy isn't in jail. And within, I think, 2 years, he was gone. We were like, where's so-and-so? And probably some of the other guys. What people don't realize is, the internet, you can't threaten a person in real life, and you also can't threaten them on the internet. It's illegal. Now, people do it, but it is illegal. And if it is pushed, if it is, you get the right lawyers, like if Cuts were to spend his time doing that instead of attacking everybody, he's got what we call Chihuahua syndrome. It's like the little Chihuahua that's just barking. Scribe and I laugh about this when we talk privately. And it's like super Chihuahua you see on some guys. It's just immediately, a leaf drops barking at the door. And, hopefully he heals, hopefully he heals, man. And, I can't, it's funny because Cuts actually has me disciplined. He's disciplined me not to let him on the stream because he won't shut up.
Yeah.
And StreamYard, I understand. I mean, I used to think, why can't they make it to where I can mute him and he can't unmute? Zoom has that, but obviously StreamYard doesn't. But I understand. It also makes me have to figure out ways to deal with these people. So I have to become a better host by figuring out, okay, how do I deal? I did have one, when I did it to Zach, I have circus music uploaded. And when he kept talking, I started playing the circus music. So that kind of works sometimes. And yeah,
But if they're just going to go off like that, you have no choice but to put them in the playpen, because then it's hurting the quality of the stream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you and Jack were about to engage in a good conversation, and he jumps in. It's just like, holy smokes, again for the 15th time. And I know it's sad. He's been through with Quackery Zachary, the stuff, like really bad. So they got to realize that this isn't going to be a hating stream for that guy. We can make a few jokes here and there, 201 Jesuits, whatever, but how far is that going to go? Okay, cool. And it was funny because we were talking about objective ethics. Jack has met him also, and yeah, cool dude, man. And I don't know if I told you, Mr. Rex, I went on his stream yesterday. He was streaming.
Oh no, I didn't know that. I'll check it out.
Yeah. So I jump on a stream. I see like 5 people watching. I say, you know what? Let me jump on and help him. He's a cool dude. So I jump on. Hey, what's up? He's like, hey, so they're talking, and he goes, oh, Max is here. And he goes, oh, I just want to clear the air before we start. Max, I was in your chat. Because you remember he was in the chat. He said something about relationship. It had to be, I don't know, 7, 8 streams ago. And I go, no, that's not correct. And then he was like, no. And then I go, okay, well, come on the stream. We'll talk about it. He never came on. So when I went on the stream yesterday, the first thing he goes, oh, we got to clear the air because you said that I think I'm always right. And I was like, holy smokes. I was like, wait a minute. So you've been thinking about this all past 10 days, and that's what, and I told him, I said, criticism is, it says a lot about your character, it reveals, and he was like, yeah, but that was disrespectful with, you saying, and I'm just like, okay. And this is the funny part. And I didn't think of it when I was on the stream. I'm thinking, okay, so you're mad. You feel disrespected that I said, everything, but you're not telling me, you don't remember what I said, everything about. Okay. But if you find the clip, I told him, send it to me. But so you're telling me you're mad that I said you know everything, right? That you feel like you know everything. And now you feel disrespected. But you're feeling disrespected about me saying you know everything. And the fact that you think I disrespected you when I didn't is saying that you think you know everything, basically. So if I had said that, it's confirming what you're doing. Because I'm saying to myself, it's like, he's like, oh, I felt disrespected. I'm like, okay, so I haven't received it. And he's a cool dude, but he's got I think that's one of the areas he could improve upon, because now if he brings up evolution, which I don't think we were talking about that night, I think it was something relationship, and he jumped in the chat. But yeah, man, to think that he was thinking about this. Now, I haven't thought about him since he came in the chat that day. He came in the chat. Oh, wow, cool. All right. And then I'm trying to stream every day. So I'm so busy. It's like, what am I really going to say? And he's a cool dude. But it was like, I was very surprised, man. I was like, wow, man, what, but I hopefully we'll get to talk. And you know what it is? He's with the crew that a few of the guys don't really like me anymore. Life Abolitionists, DNW. I think he had his own stream, the guy from England, because I went on his stream. I even had Cougar Doomer on our stream. Oh, you're muted if you want to unmute, Jack. Yeah. But yeah, Cougar Doomer came on here, and, but when we were on DNW, we were kind of like, I wouldn't say arguing, but he was getting very upset that I asked him to show me the bacteria that changed into, like, what is the name of the bacteria and what is the name of what it changed into. I have some of the clips. 20 minutes later, after they kept just arguing about why do I need the name of the bacteria, and then finally after 20 minutes, they asked me, why do I have to ask that question? And I said, you have to be kidding. I said, so you're claiming evolution is a fact. I'm asking you to show me the proof. And then when you can't provide it, you ask me, why do I have to ask that question?
Yeah.
So, and then, I left the stream, and finally Cougar Doomer finally must have typed it into Google and found it. And it was a streptococcus bacteria that turned into a streptococcus bacteria, a non-lethal one that turned into a lethal version. So I'm like, it's the same bacteria. It just acquired the lethal traits of the other streptococcus that had passed. And, so DNW, I said, you know what? It's no sense really going on there, because he's, he would say, oh, he's an agnostic, but, we could do this to try to prove evolution. And I'm like, okay, that's, and he would say that after I left. So I'm like, okay, they don't want to learn. They're saying, okay, this is what I believe, but I think it's science. And I'm like, okay, cool. See, so I'm okay with that. And they can say whatever they want. I don't care what they say. They could say I'm a nutcase, I'm disrespectful, whatever. Great. You know what? I'm busy doing streams. I really don't have time to think about that. I guess that's what I would hope is a mentally secure response, to say, ignoring, and not ignoring somebody on purpose. Being too busy to care about them is such a great feeling. It's like, holy smokes. It's like, I forgot you even exist, but it's good to see you again. But it's,
and they're not smart people, I might add too, MD, because you have a very special gift of bringing in content. And you do your study, you do your research, and you have a wealth of information to support a stream and to keep it interesting. Like I said, I don't go on other streams because I find them kind of boring. I mean, it's just like, if you want to stream and you want an audience, you got to have people that can deliver, and you're one of those people. So it's just like, what are these guys thinking? Do they want to expand their message? I mean, I don't know. But
yeah, I don't think they're very versed in being a host. I don't know if there's some underlying thing. Maybe they're trying to, trying to get known as a channel. I mean,
you're not going to get known without good content. You're not going to get known.
I tell them, I say, look, it's hard, but you got to stream every day. You have to. I said, or you have to stream on a certain schedule. Top Secrets, what's up, brother? He said, what's up, Max, Mr. X? What's up, everybody? Good to see you. Topsy was the one that broke it open. I got cuts backstage. I'm scared to bring him on. He's still in the playpen. He has me afraid right now, because if I bring him on, he's going to spurg out.
I mean, I'm always willing to give people a chance, but just, if you break the,
yeah,
yeah,
no, it definitely. I'll see if I'll give him one little. All right, just hopefully he'll. It's kind of like setting something on the table, and you hope it doesn't fall off. To say, okay, I'm going to put this vase on the mantelpiece, and
no, you guys are saying good things. I get it.
Okay, so I'm so glad that you're advancing. You've calmed down.
And I appreciate what you said in the chat, Jack, for at least acknowledging it enough, I guess.
That's so cool. It's like
I appreciate that.
It's like the dog whisperer when the Chihuahua starts biting the guy and he lets it bite him, and then the dog chills out, and it's just kidding, man, just kidding. Jack, you had something?
Well, I offered some care in the chat, and Cuts one. I don't know the details, but I know that it can
that stuff gets pretty serious. I mean,
you gotta let him finish. Go ahead, Jack.
I faced my own accusations and threats and all sorts of craziness too in my experience here. So I feel for you, but I do want to assure you that the association you found And the way I was defined, it's not accurate. Okay.
Gotcha. So that's not what you're all about.
No.
Right on. Well, I appreciate that.
Well, that's great, man.
Thanks for being open to it. Yeah.
I can see how that could happen too. I'm pretty sure they don't like you very much either. Like they were frauding you too.
My reputation goes farther than my actual reach.
You know, I don't know what if it means anything to you or not, but I never trolled you actually. Like I never really went there with you. Even though I thought about it, I was, but I was like, nah, I don't know. I bet Quack's gonna fraud the guy, and he did, as predicted. And now, if the Quack next time he talks about you, he's gonna be like, "We caught Jack Telcott in the den of trolls, Quack."
No.
Like you're a big troll now, just for talking to me and Max, because we're the top trolls of the Quack. They don't like it. Like they're gonna hate on you about that.
And that's okay. It's quite all right. But I'll tell you honestly, where he and I align is in the fact that the majority of the masses are not educated in what is actually going on, and there is some serious corruption afoot. Now he points himself in one direction and he watches in the way he watches, but I see the corruption and I see the evil that's been played upon us, and I just keep focused on what can we do.
But Jack, do you think it's the Jesuits? Do you think it's the Jesuits who are doing it?
It's conspiracy. It's people conspiring together for the purposes of deception of others. What the Jesuits, mobs, the whatever, Illuminati, whatever you want.
I've always been awake too, like I see all this corruption and agenda, and it's really sick that people would use that understanding to manipulate people in I don't know how to put it. Like the problem I see with the Jesuit rhetoric, it's like they claim they're like the Jesuits and the Christians are bad and all Catholics.
Hang on a second. Space Monkey says, weren't you on the red carpet with Natalie Mars, Jack? I don't know. I mean,
I don't know the reference, to be honest, so I'm going to have to say no.
Yeah.
Quack's coming. Hide your credit cards.
Space Monkey is a cool dude. He always makes...
Missing Mod is so right that, the bigger it grows. The other channel we had, just regular nights, we'd have about 150 people watching. And, dating relationships is a big topic. And it only had maybe a couple of hundred more subs than this one. And then when Face and LMS came on, when Bulldog Mindset, we had LFA, a few other, it would jump up to about 280 and the chat would be flying. And so the trolls, I mean, we've had every panel used to be 10 people. It would be packed. Mr. X remembers. It was on.
You had to rotate people.
Yeah, we have to rotate people. And a lot of guys in the chat were still there, with us. Timbo, good to see him. A couple other guys, CD. I mean, it was on fire. And I only would stream 1 day a week, Saturday nights.
What did they troll you about, Max?
Oh, because I would call guys out. I would tell guys, okay, if you are telling me that you have this secret ability to talk to women and you can get any woman, right? So you can teach guys how to do this for $1,000 or something dollars, right? I would say, well, then why is your wife ugly? And people would start cracking up because it's not an insult. It's a description. It's like, your wife ain't that attractive, but you're telling me that you got this magical skill. Why would you want to be with somebody like, what is she, rich or something? It's like, I don't get it. It's like you cannot tell me that you're going to be sitting there with somebody that looks like Sam Kinison and that, oh, you're some, type of dating guru. And guys looked at that and the common sense was so real. They were just like, holy smokes. They go, how did I not see that? And I'm like, well, it's just observing, and a lot of them got angry. Rollo Tomasi and them, I said, this guy looks like somebody's grandmother. And he's sitting here trying to give me advice and other people advice as if, like one of my friends told me the other day, and he's like, oh, women this, women that. I said, listen, bro, there's different rules for different dudes. I said, women don't play that with me. I said, with you, of course, you look like you come out of the Lord of the Rings movie. I said, so of course, I said, they're going to be skeptical and you're creepy. So, it really, the dating thing, Mr. X knows. I had the people still trying to pull me back in there. And I'm like, if they want to pay, great. But that's
Absolutely.
a tough, you know what, too? And you've seen, Mr. Everybody's like gone, everybody's,
I agree. If they want to start it again, put a fund together and pay you. No other way you should do it. Nothing for free.
What do you guys see as like the biggest thing that people are following along, like kind of mindlessly at this point about politics?
Yeah. Missing Mod says,
I
hate
agree.
to even open the room. Yeah, you're right. I understand where you're at, Missing Mod. I leave the link pinned to the chat. I don't know if it's pinned to the bottom or the top, but just because I'm so versed in like just crushing trolls, it's like, to me, it's hilarious. It's like, okay, when Quackery was on here, people were coming on and I would just let them say, okay, so what do you got to say? All right. Hey, have a good night. Some people would come on, hey, F you, this and okay, great. Thanks for the comment. To show people, you got to let it it's water off a duck's back. That's what it is. It's like if you walked past a psychiatric ward and somebody cursed at you, would you get mad at that person? No. And that's basically what it is, right? Jack?
Took me a while to get that, but that's absolutely true, man. It's a publicly open insane asylum.
It is. It really is. I agree.
Cuts, you got to shut up. Go ahead,
We are in the asylum.
I agree too.
Yeah, this is asylum. Cuts is peeking out the rubber room window. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
There's no glass.
That's right. They're looking in. That's right. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
I gotta have an overlay with the little rubber room window on the bottom left side. I gotta start. I wanted to start making them when I put Zach in the playpen. I said, man, I should have one with a little playpen so when I bring them back on, And what's funny is Mr. X was making fun of him always wearing the same wife beater. He would wear that same that Italian tuxedo. That's what we call it in New York. It's like I had on my Italian tuxedo, man. And he changed it. Mr. X said he changed it.
He stopped wearing the wife beater, man. He took it personally.
Yeah, that is hilarious, man. That is hilarious because he does have a little resemblance to the Bob's Big Boy character, like the Mr. Builder kind of. He has a little bit of, there's something going on there. There's something.
But I know why he attacks the Jesuits so much. I know the secret to the whole thing. And the secret is you won't get demonetized. You won't get banned. You can attack the Jesuits all day and night. That's the real secret behind it.
Yep.
Yeah. If you want to know the truth.
A safe enemy can keep you engaged for a long time, I guess, right? I'm going to step out. Max, sincerely, the hospitality, your graciousness and kindness, it shines. And Mr. X, it's been a pleasure. And Cuts, truly,
Likewise, pleasure.
It's been a pleasure as well. Okay? I think we can part on better terms.
Always welcome.
I'm not going to go troll you or trip off of you or nothing like that.
Just be quiet, Cuts.
And I do have a question for Cuts.
You got a question for him?
Yeah, I have a question for Cuts because I get the feeling that you put some trust into this guy, this Quackery guy, and he betrayed it big time. Like you gave him too much information about yourself. Am I right?
Yup.
Yeah, you got to be careful who you
That would
trust.
be like if you. That would be like if you and Max had like a private conversation, and then he went live and just blabbered it all out, and then tried to fraud you, hella crazy style, with like death terrorist bots.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I had a feeling the whole time. I mean, you're not alone though. There's a lot of guys who've been in the situation. On the internet, since it exploded, you put your trust and your faith in the wrong person, and it can really come back to you hard. I mean, it's devastating, but you got to take it as a learning experience. That's how I would look at it. That's all
Yeah,
you can do at this point, you know?
that's crazy work.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys. I don't mean to be like trying to. I'm not trying to take over your stream or nothing like that. I wanted to like ask that guy though, like really, like I wasn't sure about that Telcott.
Oh, Talcott's cool, man. He says much love and thank you all
It's
again.
cool though. He did. He came through and he kicked it, and he came through and kicked it and
Yeah, man.
stayed on, even though I was like saying stuff to him. He didn't like do the. He didn't do the typical fraud thing.
Well, you learned now, and you see everything's cool. So now it's better. It's better,
Yeah.
man. You don't have.
I think when you get tricked by somebody, oh, I'm sorry, MD. No, I was just gonna say when you get tricked like that and backstabbed by somebody you really trusted, that can have very serious mental effects on you. You're only human. We're all
Oh,
human.
dude, they were making voodoo dolls of me and people. Like, dude, the stuff they were doing was like way crazy,
He said
diabolical.
when you met them in New York City, they immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, they started like saying weird stuff in my chat, even in my stream when I was live with him in New York City. They were trying to fraud me in the chat. All the quack bots were. I don't know why. They just started. They were like, "You need to shut up." They were like, "You let Zach talk." Quack. They were like, and it was like my stream. It was like, "Oh, I can talk in my stream. Thank you very much."
Wow. Well,
they're like super duper fraudy. Like I can't even express.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got some crazy ones. I think Stonewood, that's his lieutenant or something. He was very much trying to
the baby.
Yeah,
well, there's a Bible verse that says, "I send you out as sheep amongst the wolves," and I don't know. We can see that in real life sometimes when you can't recognize a wolf.
Yeah,
and that's what they are. They're wolves. I recognize that immediately. To be honest with you.
And I still look for the good in it because I learned a few things.
There's good gematrians for sure. Well, that's why I don't like.
Not even the gematria. He had some pretty good facts that I didn't know. I didn't know that. I didn't really care to look it up, but I didn't know that the number 911 for the police was put in 1968. I didn't know when that number was put in, and Zach knew that. Funny enough, and there was a few other facts that I think it was the Pentagon.
That's a good fact, but when you use that fact to say someone else is stupid for being a dumb retard for not knowing that fact, it makes you bad.
He's like, join my Patreon,
Yeah.
But the Pentagon too. He said the Pentagon was built in, I think, on September 11th in the 40s or something. I don't know if it's like 1940, 1947 or something like that. So little things like that. I try to look for the good, to say, okay.
Yeah, no, the numbers do align with a lot of that stuff. Like all of those numbers do align. The distinction I just make is that it's not gematria, though. That's not gematria.
But what is the number? What does the aligning of the numbers get me? Like, how do I use that?
Right, that too.
Yeah, it's like
not practical.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
I asked him for a future thing. Remember? I asked him. He said, well, first they joined the Patreon for the World Cup. I said, well, then just give me anything. Silence, crickets. It's like,
you're gonna gamble $5,000 on the World Cup or something because of the quack, and then you're supposed to owe him for it if you win or something.
Wow,
that's his scam. He's like, I helped you win your gambling. Don't you remember? He's like, I said all those numbers.
Wow, so he's a super grifter.
He's a super duper fraudster. He's like, you didn't pay me for your wins. You guys should be giving more money back. I mean, I helped you win gambling. Your gambling wins are because of me. Dude, it's like it's gambling fraud. That's what it is. It's criminal.
Did you ever get quotes from
That's
other
why I'm
people?
so adamant, because it's like criminal as hell. I
Did
never
you ever
even
get
met.
quotes?
I know a lot of criminals. I never even met no criminal like doing some stuff like that.
Well, this is high level stuff. That's the thing. There's different type of criminals. This is a high level. These are actually smart criminals, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And there's a lot of them on the internet.
Gambling fraud is super duper shady. That's what I learned.
And it's addictive.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's a market for it. There's a big market for gambling addicts. So
Drew Ma gambles like thousands of dollars every year. He told me just the other week I think he won 2,000 and then he lost 1,000. It was either that or the opposite.
I don't mind regular good gamblers. Like I have a lot of friends that are like degenerate gamblers, and it's kind of fun and cool going gambling, taking them gambling, and they either win or lose. And it's like a whole mission. But like gambling fraud, I feel dirty for being involved with something like that. Like it's disgusting. I feel like, ugh.
Dave said people have, I forgot, I don't know if it was Mr. X or somebody said that people have ended themselves outside of casinos.
Right.
I've heard of stories like that. I've heard of stories. Yeah.
There's a lot of like abandoned, haunted casinos that are like off the grid now.
You know, holy smokes.
Casinos are meant to be entertainment. It's the arcade for adults. It's not meant as a retirement plan, for crying out loud. The house always has an edge, you know?
Why do you guys think that they have gambling laws against people that are under 18 gambling?
Because it's addictive. They know it's addictive. That's why you have the cigarettes are so addictive that they changed it to 21, but kids are still going to smoke. Find some way to get it, but you can't, you know, they make it a little bit harder to get. Alcohol is 21 as well.
Dude, this is why I'm like pushing against this, because this is literally a movement to like get people like that aren't old enough to be gambling. Like it's trying to push gambling on kids.
He's trying to make.
Well, remember, down here in Florida, we can gamble on our phones. We can do sports bet. Yeah, we can do slots.
Well, not if you're under 18.
No, not if you're under 18, but technically, I mean, just saying, they can do it on their phones.
Couldn't an 18-year-old get a phone?
I think you have to provide some ID or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to set. You know, it's through the Hard Rock Casino, but we do all our sports bets online now.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's going to be the norm everywhere eventually.
Convenience, man. That is the.
Yeah.
That's part of the downfall, man. That's the sloth. It gets all of us.
That's right.
You see the way they.
I
can't wait till I turn 18 so I can do Zachary K. Hubbard gematria gambling. Quack.
Bro,
some kid
did to you. It's like they. I can't even express the level of stuff that they did to you, because every time you speak of it, it shows. You know, Ragamuffin. Good to see you, man. Yeah, man.
I don't even mean to be like that. I was never even about gematria that much. My research that I used to do was art and research, and I would make collages, and all of my art was like conspiracy theories, and it was about like science research. And I wanted to team up with them because at the time there was a lot of good researchers in that community, because they would tie it all to gematria, so they'd always be looking up good research, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like kind of natural to me. I wanted to make art with them and show the research. That's why I teamed up with them originally. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's the story of how you got involved with the quack, you know? And then see now
it turned into everything as a Jesuit. Like even if you find like a research about like some like they cloned a kidney from like whatever, a sheep or something, they'll be like, it was the Jesuits.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. I noticed that everything is within.
It's actually really sick. What they do is they fraud people who die. by doing their quote unquote gematria on people that die that they find in the news. And it's really sick and disgusting. It's so disgusting. Like once I realized what they were actually doing, they're basically frauding people in their death and then making up a story and lying about them after they die and saying that the Jesuits took them out with gematria. I mean, even if it's a rape, a drowning, a car crash, a murder, whatever, these people will just come on there and be like, yeah, this person, they were like, their name equals Jesuit order and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
And there's no way to prove it. They're like, the Jesuits took them out by the coat. It's like some rappers or whatever it is, some Hollywood degenerate dies. They're like,
remember, you got to care. So that's the first thing.
that's why I speak out about it, because that's disgusting. Imagine if a family member of yours died and then you got all these cult of quacks like frauding them, making up despicable stuff like that. The dude, they'll say you were involved with it. They're like, he's a little suspicious too. His name equals 56. And then they start like, then their whole cult starts like going after those people with like bot accounts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they tried.
Dude, that's really bad. Dude, you know what? When they do gematria on people that die, you know what it really is? It's a weird, sick, twisted, modern form of necromancy, and it's disgusting.
It's like a ritual, man.
It is. It's a Jesuit gematria ritual, because they're the ones that are doing the Jesuit gematria, quote unquote.
Coots, did you ever get approached by other people when you got involved with this guy?
I know a ton of these people. Like, I know a bunch of them. We were like 50 deep when we were in New York.
Oh, there you go. See, it's a network. See, they put you on a list.
It's a network.
They're mining for people. That's what they're doing. They're mining for people.
See, this is the crazy thing with what Quack is doing. He's trying to he's always trying to agent provocateur a crowd to make the crowd get bigger, to push his rhetoric of a revolution. But he's really not who he claims to be.
Yeah.
So would you say that you got caught in quackery?
I caught in a quackery's dragnet of fraud, of gambling fraud.
So it was the follow the leader syndrome.
Yeah, that's how they act. The leader of a cult will act like they're your leader no matter what. Even if you're like, no, I'm not, like, you're not my leader.
So you were in New York City, when he made the video and he's talking on the bullhorn?
He's like, we all met in New York because of me.
Was that the video?
Even though there's a bunch of other of us that were ourselves before that have.
Not shut up, man. He just does not shut up. I don't know if he listens, if like his ears shut off when he's talking.
Sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you. Sorry, go ahead.
I just don't understand it, man.
That's a problem I have. I'll start ranting, and I guess it's a problem I have. I'll speak over people, but I don't mean to do it.
Have you ever seen a psychiatrist, man?
Nah.
You might.
I don't have nothing, dude. My whole family just died, bro.
I think it would help, man. I'm not saying that you should take any medications, nothing like that. But you need to seriously see a psychiatrist. You really,
yeah, dude, they were threatening my whole family, and then they died.
If you tell them what happened, one visit, you might get off with one visit, but you really, really need to do that.
And Koontz, I know people who are like this, who just talk. I talk to them all the time. They can't get a word in edgewise, and they have a common way of getting taken advantage of by people. Because
I wasn't trying to talk over you guys.
No. But I'm not saying you're talking over us. But the thing about the key of not getting taken by other people is first to observe them. Don't say anything, and then let them show their true colors. That's a great way of knowing I won't get taken advantage of, because then you're observing rather than talking. Because the one thing about the scammer, I mean, they know what buttons to push when they look for their prey. They look for their victim. They almost like let the person talk themselves into it. I mean, they're very intelligent psychologically in what they're doing. So it's very important to observe people, not to jump the gun and give your own opinion about everything. Observe who you're talking to first.
I did trying to stream a lot less and less. doing what I was doing about it.
You know, like I've been here forever.
I mean, I'm conscious of it. Like I hear it. Like I know.
Sorry, MD. Go ahead.
No, he learned. So I think it was a win. You know, he
No, I
definitely.
actually listen to you guys because, like, I listen to people that are smart and have good ideas.
Right.
It's great, man. White Heat Truth says a clinical therapist is preferable. Better to talk with than a psych doctor. So a clinical therapist, you know, kind of cool. You might have a good conversation. Let her know what happened, and hopefully you'll feel better. You'll get the numbers out of your head. You know, this is the psychosis that I
Right.
talked about. Like when I looked at his stream afterwards, you know, I didn't realize how number it was. It was like everything was like, hey, this thing, you know, these guys just won the game, and that's 86 or 68, and it's a 201, you know, and that number this, and I'm like, what the heck is? It sounded like being at like a racetrack or something, you know, and it's like, you know, we got, you know, dirty shoes in the third, you know, for, you know, to come in, you know, second place, or, you know, I mean, all of these, the numbers, that's the vocals of the auctioneer that gets the people addicted. You know, those people that do the auctioneers have to be vetted like very well when they go up there and they're like, hey, and they're all mumbling and stuff, saying, you know, I got 500, anybody want to pay, you know, whatever.
Yeah, that's super tactical.
That's what I see with Quack. He's like, when he talks with the numbers, he's straight auctioneer. Straight auctioneer. You know, observe as Mr. X opines, ostensibly someone there to make you massive. You know, there's an old saying, Max and Mr. X, you guys are great. This is like therapy. Credit to Cuts as well. The more he settles down, the more sense he makes about Zach's fraud. Yes, exactly. Thank you, man.
Exactly.
Thank you. Yeah, that you know, it's, and this is a form of therapy. There was a guy that used to stream, and he would say it's therapy for him, actually. And yeah.
No, it's cool. I appreciate it that you guys are even knowledgeable of the subject. Even like that's pretty smart, honestly.
Well,
That you
thank
even know what we're even talking about.
We're always trying to expose frauds. We've been doing this forever, right, MD?
Yeah.
On your channels that you've been uploaded, exposing the scammers, the grifters.
Yeah.
We're experts at this point. We've been doing it so long.
Yeah. It's like,
I'm not here to like push anything or my thing or anything. I'm just like, I like your channel. I listen, and all my power went out, and I was trying to stream, but now I can't do my stream. So I was like, I'll come say what's up, I guess. I probably would have came up even if Talcott didn't even come up.
it was great having Talcott on, man. He's a cool.
Yeah, that was cool to like kind of try to squash it with
and
him.
that's great. You guys made he's
He don't even know who I am.
It's his channel, man.
Yeah, he don't even know who I am, but I do know who he is. But
So what are you stalking him or
it's all
something?
good. No, I'd never stalked him. No, I don't stalk anybody. I don't troll anybody or stalk anybody or do anything like that.
But you know, you stalked him today, right? Look
You
back.
think so? No, just when I seen him, I was like,
it's not me thinking so. Anybody, you could put it in a court of law. He came on.
Yeah, because I do kind of start trolling him back. Like I think he's, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything else.
Like American Psycho, man.
Well, what did he do to you exactly? I'm not sure what he did to you.
No, he was just, I was trying to call them out because Zach was on a stream where he was on there and they were doxing and threatening me in his chat. And then I can't even respond.
Yeah, but that wasn't them on the stream. It was people in the chat, right?
No, it was, well, Talcott was on the stream just laughing along. Like he didn't notice like death threatening babies and stuff in the chat. Like he can't read.
Well, that's the thing. It's like if somebody laughs, all right, say like he was on this stream, right? And
I mean, I guess he's just like that. He's probably just like that.
Well, the guy's a friendly guy. So if he, like, look at an example. He's on this stream, you came on. Now imagine if the chat started saying stuff about you. Now, of
Yeah.
course, I'm not the host because it's quackery, right? So quackery's going off on you, the chat's going off on you, and he's just there. Were there other, if there were other people, then that even makes
Yeah, no,
more.
it wasn't. You're right. It wasn't actually him doing it. So that's like a credit towards him. And the quacks they were frauding him too, and he didn't realize it. And he was like, yeah.
But you
He's
see, right?
like laughing and nodding along with them, and they're like death threatening him too. And he's like, yeah. Just going along with it. It just seems goofy to me.
Well, it's not goofy. That's the higher road. You're taking the higher road. You're saying, hey, you know what? Like I said earlier, it's like water off of a duck's back. If you can't let it glide off like that, then it sticks in your mind, kind of like with objective ethics. When I go to say hi and support them, yo, man, we got to clear the air. It was kind of funny because to me, I'm like, this is hilarious.
Did
It's like,
he have funk with you actually too, or not really? You guys just disagreed or
he
had
felt
funk
like
somehow?
he felt I was disrespectful by saying he thinks he knows everything. And I don't remember saying that, but it's like, okay, send me the clip. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But let's just say that I did, right? That's hilarious because the point that's being fought is saying, no, you're saying I know everything. Well, you're telling me you know for sure that I said something that I'm not sure. So I said, send me the clip. So basically, you're basically acting like you know everything until you send that clip. And then even then, when I look at it, it's like, let's just say I don't look at it. Let's just say he doesn't send it. The whole test is how you reacted to the criticism. True or not, that's what it is. So how you react to criticism, that's about the most important thing I think any of us can learn. To say, hey, you know what? When somebody criticizes you and squeezes you, it shows what's inside. And that's great. Yeah, White Heat's right. Beef settled. We're making progress. See, that's so beautiful that everything is cooler.
I'm actually cool like that. I don't go out to make beef with people. Like, I really don't.
What you did today.
No, I wanted to double check that guy.
Today. If we didn't moderate it,
yeah, I did want to have beef with that guy. I wanted to double check if he was like really like for real or what.
You were that lived in your mind.
I came at him sideways on your channel, and I'm sorry they have me blocked everywhere else. So I try to like pull up on him.
The fact that
I'm sorry.
The fact that happened last year and you're still thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. No, he was hurt. He was hurt.
No, it doesn't just happen last year. They literally actively fraud me, and like I get calls from weird numbers, and they troll me and dox me on the daily. It's not like some old thing.
Last year, that happened last year. Where are you at now? Like, what is the date today? You see what I'm saying? What is the date?
I think something worse happened, and Coots isn't telling us. Honestly, I think something worse happened. Maybe. I mean, it's okay if you don't want to say it.
Yeah, I don't want to tell everybody's. I don't want to. I'm not quacky. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, this person this, and this person did that, and this person this.
Mm-hmm. No, it's okay if you don't want to say.
No, you're totally right though. You're totally right though.
Yeah, I can read between the lines. I'm pretty good.
Wow. So where'd they go? You think they went butt Pirate City on them?
Yeah,
no, they did.
Not like that.
They tried to like destroy my whole life. Like they messed up my whole life.
They're trying to extort you, right? To get money from you.
I don't know. They weren't trying to do that. They were just trying to like completely, just savagely like destroy me for some reason.
Because this is what goes on all the time on the internet. People get
this is what goes on all the time with these type of cults like this online. That's what they do. They like they try to befriend you and then try to get you to do one weird little thing, and you're like, oh yeah, well it's cool with everyone, and then the next thing you know, they're on some weird. They're like, join this Discord, and like they're like threaten everybody, shoot them in the head.
This is what Zach. Yeah, he said Zach probably does what Zach probably does is unleash his rabid dogs on anyone who calls him out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've seen that actually. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's what
wouldn't be
they do.
surprised.
That's exactly correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they extort. You never know. I mean, this rabbit hole goes deep. It's ugly, but it goes deep. These scammers have no
I'm not
mercy.
aware of them like directly like extorting people, like, but what their rhetoric is that though it is extortion to like sell gambling, and then it's gambling fraud. That's what it is. It's
No,
like
but
when you sell
Bad
gambling
the
and you
Bad
have
Brain
people.
podcast, remember him? That he said that Zach has to have a good lawyer because he knows how to word the things. Because I
Yep.
guess he reported him or something. And you know, this is crazy because you guys, I mean, I understand, yeah, it's messed up, people threatening you and all of that. I just can't believe this, man. It's like, yeah, it's like what this something's
If
more.
you're selling gambling, that's fine. But if you're selling gambling and then you threaten people to death to buy your gambling, that's gambling fraud, like per
That's
definition.
extortion. That's extortion.
It is extortion. So
Yeah.
when you see their trolls in the comments, they're like, wood chipper, put that person, that's a troll, put them in the wood chipper. That's basically death threat extortion to buy their gambling. That's
That's right.
exactly what it is.
All right.
Don't send me money personally. Just buy my course. Buy this book for $1,000.
Or my gang of trolls will start like harassing and doxing and death threatening you and your family. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
That's
terrorism.
extortion. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But you know,
So it bothered me that much, and I'm like that upset about it. I guess
Well,
I don't appreciate it.
it's
Nobody
okay.
would. Nobody would.
It's like we said, look for a therapist. You know, try
Remember,
to.
Kuntz, you're not the only one. There's been plenty of other people who've been in the situation too.
No, I know. It's not just me. I'm not even like trying to make anything personal that much about me. Like, I don't even want to care to like go that deep.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It's
now
just
you
messed
know.
up.
You,
It's
now
messed
you
up.
box that up. You put that away, and you don't ever speak about it again. So now you can talk about new things and learn. You don't play follow the leader syndrome anymore. So no more quack, Zach, whatever. You only talk about new good stuff.
Yeah, I'm about to be ready to dead it like that because it's been 4 years. They're like, we're gonna pull up on
Just
you, and
gotta
they're
leave it
doxing me,
alone. You're still
and they
talking.
never do it.
Yeah,
That's some straight coward thing.
you just gotta leave
I
it.
can't. I don't got no respect for
Remember,
that.
you deal with them, you're dealing in the dirt. You're dealing in the
Yeah,
gutter.
that's already
Yeah.
dead. I really am trying to go back to like being able to just present my research information to
That's
people.
what you got to do, man. But
Yeah.
you work on that, and you know we'll talk soon. I'm gonna.
But honestly, Max, he's been a great guest for the topic of the thing, following the leader and the detriments of following the leader.
Yeah.
You follow the wrong leader, this is what happens.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be very careful, and don't let them live. Rent. You know, if you let them in your head, I mean that's you know, and I think about it because I care about objective ethics. I think he's.
I guess I keep coming back and doing it over and over again is because they keep doing it.
Just gotta shut up. That's what you gotta do, man. But you know, I really, you know, I the reason I bring it up with objective is that I was surprised at how much it looked like it bothered him. Like
I
wow.
kind of got that vibe from him, though. I got to be honest with you, Max. He seemed like the type that I'm right. You don't know what you're talking about if you don't agree. I kind of got that vibe.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
yeah. And then again, the evolution thing with him, he. But I think it was, you know, it's like, you know, honestly, I might have said it, and that's okay. I'm just telling him, look, show me the clip because I could see where it comes to where you would think, wow, this guy thinks he knows everything, and it's like, can you be wrong about, you know, something you think about in a relationship? You know, there's got to be a way to say, okay, it's right because of this, and it's wrong because of this. But relationships are tough because they're different. They're never.
He wasn't open to any I noticed that he wasn't open to anything contradictory to what he
Yeah,
was saying.
very, very, yeah, close to that. You know, I mean, what works in one relationship will not work in another. We know that. We
Yeah.
know that there's differences. So that's a relationship is not something that is measurable, and people act like that. And I think it was a comment about that he had left in the chat, and it went on, and then I go, well, just jump
Hey,
on. You
I
remember-
appreciate you guys. I gotta go because my phone is
All
just
right.
gonna
Take
die.
care, man. You have a
Thanks,
good.
I appreciate it. You guys are right. I appreciate you guys.
All right. Take care, man.
Have a
We
good night,
appreciate you
Toots.
too,
Peace,
bro.
peace.
All right. Peace. Yeah. You know, so it's like when you know, he, you remember when he was saying the stuff in the chat? I think it was something you said, and
Yeah,
he
I
got
remember
it.
something.
He was in the chat like, no, Mr. X, that's not right. You know, this and that.
Yeah.
And he jumped on the stream. Remember?
I remember
It
vaguely,
was
but I do remember.
hilarious. It's like you said something that triggered. It was like you triggered him so hard without
Mhm.
even trying to trigger him, that he came on the stream and was like, you know what the most hilarious thing was? I think he came on like, look, guys, I only got like 10 minutes, an hour later, you know? It's
Mhm.
like he stayed for like an hour when he first came on. And it was funny because, you know, that's why I was like, wow, if he really, you know, like how he jumped on the stream with when, you know, that happened with you, I was saying, okay, he would come on and we could talk about why
Mhm.
or why not what he said is, you know, right about relationships. But I guess he must have went on and he felt disrespected. To me, you know, if I analyze it, feeling disrespected uh because somebody said you think you know everything, that's
Mhm.
kind of fragile.
It is.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
Really is. I know if I said that about you, you would never take it that hard.
yeah, I'd be like, yeah,
But
but
let's talk about it. You know.
I would say probably I understand, you know, because I do see where, you know, people have said that to me. Yeah, in the past. Yeah, people, when you know certain things, when you just know certain things, people will tend to say that.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you think you know everything. It's like, wait, you know, no, you want to know somebody who knows everything? A person that believes in the religion of evolution.
That's right.
Because no matter what you bring up, that person's going to have an excuse of how that thing formed. And that's the crazy thing. That is the crazy thing. Imagine always being right. We'd never learn anything anymore. Yep, what a horrible existence. I actually like being corrected because sometimes I never would have thought of that answer. Wow, that's a very mature position, man. That is so great to hear that, man.
I
You're
mean, the vastness
absolutely
of
right.
this universe is ridiculous to say you know everything. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's
Oh yeah,
ridiculous.
definitely. Definitely. DeWitt, yeah, be well, everyone. Thank you. You be well too. Stay
Be
strong
well.
in faith, never fear. You're right. You're definitely right, man. Yeah, thank you guys for being here, man. This is yeah, it was a good stream, man. I'm so glad
It
Jack
was.
came on. Yeah, Jack's a cool
Really good.
dude, man. Jack's like
Yeah.
I would have liked to talk to him some more, but Cuts started just attacking in the chat and then came on, you know, and
But
Spurgeon.
this is a classic case of a guy who's been hurt and he's taking it out on the wrong people. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. But the good
That's what
thing
I
is,
see.
I think him and Jack should be cool now,
Yeah.
and you know,
Thanks to you,
Cuts.
MD. Thanks to you, MD.
Thanks, man. I mean, them too. I mean, they you know have to agree, and yeah, Jack's extremely mature, cool guy. Definitely would love to speak with him again. The name is familiar. The channel, I might have checked it. I got to look to see after the stream. I'll check to see if you know, maybe I have been on. You know, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks, bro. Really appreciate. Yeah, it was great, man. But yeah, you guys take care. We'll talk tomorrow night, which is tonight, basically. Um, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I got a thumbnail made. It's a pretty good one, environmental type of stuff. But yeah, we'll talk soon. You guys have a great night, Mr. X. Take care, man. Thank you.
Have a good night. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah,
Great.
definitely. Take care. Bye.
Have a good night.